And even though it seems I have everything, I don't wanna be a lonely fool. All of the women, all the expensive cars, all of the money don't amount to you. Already it's maseve FM. Dumelang maseve, this week we are in the GAC Emzoom GS3 R-Style. That's a mouthful for this car. And we're gonna have a conversation. And if you are interested in the GAC Emzoom and want insurance on it, click the link in my description box, which will lead you to the Hippo website, where you can compare and contrast up to 12 different insurance quotes. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, and just like that, you can see which insurance you'll be able to afford on your GAC Emzoom from Emzoom. So let's get started with the exterior of the GAC Emzoom. And for me, at first glance, I think this car is severely overstyled. There's just too much going on, too many colors, there's orange accents. I mean, I'm like, what's going on? Like, what is the vibe that this brand was going for when it comes to this vehicle? So you've got these LED daytime running headlamps as well. Looks quite cool up front. I like the big grille. On the rear, you have two pipes that actually work, because when you start up this car in the morning, I mean, I hope you guys can hear it now, like, and I'm like, what is that? So you've got the two pipes, this huge diffuser with orange accents. I'm like, what is going on with this car? Like, it's just so, it's overstyled in a sense. There's so many lines, like even the side mirrors, I just get a line, if like get a triangle, get a shape, because we taking geometry, get a shape. Get a circle, get a line, get a square, get a rectangle, get a triangle. And I'm like, yo, this exterior is quite a lot. The rim also for me is not quite nice, doesn't really complement this overstyled look. It just kind of falls flat on the rim. However, there's clearly a market to it, but to be quite honest, it's a bit overdone for me. I don't know what you guys think, but I think the exterior styling is a little bit overdone. Now let's get into the interior of the GAC, right? So interior is quite okay. I mean, I love the fact that the Chinese always have this Ray center console, so you have like a nice armrest. But anyway, we'll chat about that a little bit later. You've got a multifunction steering wheel that is leather wrapped and flat bottomed as well. You've got a digital cluster up in front. You've got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto in this infotainment system screen. You know, it's quite cool. Wireless charging bay. Your climate control menus are conventional buttons, not two USB ports. I think you do have two USB ports, yes, by the way. Got cup holders. I love the fact that the door bins are quite sufficient. They are quite large, so you can throw a lot of stuff around. You've got artificial leather all over the interior. Blue accents going on with lines and stuff. So, I mean, the air vents also have a blue accent and stuff. At night, it's also quite nice because the ambient lighting changes color, so that's one of the nice things I like. In terms of the interior quality, it's not terrible. It's okay leather. Like, it's not something that's flimsy or poor. It's very much a typical Chinese type of interior. So then it's not bad. You've got a DTS sound system, but you know, the speaker also got a guitar. Like when you touch the speaker, it could cut you. Like, I don't understand this design feature. Like, I don't know why I'd be touching a speaker, Mara. So that's that. You've also got a sunroof. This sunroof flap doesn't close properly. So once it goes to the front, it just hits it and then goes back. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And it's also similar to the Haval Jolion flap because Killisela, so it's very flimsy, which I'm not very happy about. You've got electrically adjustable seats. My English is just off today. But yeah, you've got some cool tech as well in this vehicle. So yeah, I mean, the interior is quite okay. Nothing to write home about, but it's okay. It's okay. So now let's get into the drive. What is powering the GAC? So the GAC uses a 1.5 liter turbo petrol engine which produces 130 kilowatts, 270 newton meters of torque, and is mated to a 7-speed automated DCT, or dual clutch transmission. And yeah, man, I mean, apart from the cold start sound, there's not much to it. Like, the cold start sound, the exhaust note will juta you into thinking this thing drives like a Polo GTI. It's very far from that. You know, just it's a nice thing to listen to in the mornings, but it's also not that pronounced. In terms of the drive, this is one of the few Chinese cars where I think they've gotten throttle calibration somewhat alright, right? It's not necessarily perfect, but it drives better than most Chinese cars that I've driven. It's not obviously the best, but they've gotten it right. It moves. It's quite responsive as well, to my surprise. When you put your foot down, it actually knows what to do. At standstill, you know, it doesn't roll back. It knows what to do. And the power delivery is sufficient. You know, it's sufficient enough for this vehicle. Not obviously, there's some nitty-gritties. You do feel that sometimes it doesn't drive, whatever, it doesn't drive properly or something like that. But it's actually somewhat okay, and it's one of the better driving Chinese vehicles, in my opinion. When it comes to the fuel consumption, these guys are saying 6.7 liters per 100 Ks, and about a juta. There's no way. I'm doing about 8 liters. This thing chows fuel. You'll do, I know my daily commute, you'll do 7 kilometers. 7 kilometers, a 7-kilometer drive, but this thing will chow like 30 kilometers of range. So in terms of the fuel consumption, that is not it's far from the truth. Yeah, but I mean, in terms of the drive, I think it's okay. It's okay. Like, it's nothing exciting. It's just like it goes forward and backwards. So, you know, it's not like the Jetour Dashing. I didn't like how the Jetour Dashing drives. So this is, if I compare it to that, this is the better driving vehicle. But obviously, it's not something, you can't expect a Polo GTI driving experience, or even a flippin' I don't know what kind of car in this segment drives well. But yeah, you can't expect a very wow and very inviting driving experience. It's just okay. And now I am stuck in a roadblock. But let's get into the drive. What does maseve think of the GAC Emzoom? I think this car for me falls flat in many areas. It's such a cool looking car that's overstyled, but when you get behind the wheel, it doesn't evoke the feeling of what it looks like. For me, it's also overdone. The orange accents with this really nice bluish gray color of the body, I'm not resonating with it that well. So yeah, that's one of the first things I've realized. Secondly, the boot space for me is also quite cool. You're getting 371 liters of boot space, which is fine. Obviously, it'll be a lot more when you take the seats down. The sunroof flap is way too flimsy. It's way too flimsy for me. I don't like that at all. So I'm not really very happy about that. So the car for me is just a whole bag of party tricks and whatever, but those party tricks are not capturing the audience. The audience is not laughing. It's just like, this is what you can do. You can ride a bike, a one-wheeled bicycle, a unicycle or whatever. Like, that's it. That's your party trick. So there's too much going on, but it leaves a lot to be desired, if you guys get what I mean. The fuel consumption also is a huge problem for me. It's a bit too high. I mean, I'm getting about 8 liters. Some people are getting 9 liters. That is a lot. And I know it's synonymous with Chinese cars, but guys, we also need to be honest and say that is a lot of fuel and being consumed. And then there's also the conversation of the price slash. This vehicle, when it came into the market, was 549,000 Rand for this top spec R-Style model. Now, it's gone down to 489,000 Rand. So I'm trying to figure out what is GAC's approach or GAC's approach to this vehicle. Did they price it wrong? Was it not selling? Why did they have to do the price less? That's something I had to touch on just to make you guys understand what's going on here. So now the car's 489,000 Rand. And at that price, I think the world is your oyster. You can get a whole lot of cars for that. I wouldn't actively recommend you buy this car. I mean, it's an okay car. Hey, these roadblocks give me a bit of anxiety. I hope they don't stop me. Plus, sometimes these cars now go they have a car. But anyway, did we make it out scot-free? Yes, we made it out. Anyway, Yeah, so I wouldn't actively recommend that you buy this car. I wouldn't say go and buy a GAC Emzoom, because for me it's just that's it. Like, you know what? It's like hoja chotlo. You know how you eat chotlo, ne? Chotlo is just, it's great. Like it's like, look, I love chotlo, ne? But chotlo is not something that you're like, yo, nthoy mara ya wela. Waja because humnadli hwajeha. It's okay. You know, if you guys get what I mean. It's like a chotlo and thing combination. It's just, you'll be full. You'll eat, you'll be full. You won't complain about the flavor. Or sharp, like it's okay. I hope these analogies are making sense. It's just an okay car for me, especially this GAC. So, I think they overestimated themselves pricing-wise. That's the first problem. And secondly, I think they overdid this car and it didn't meet expectations. It's not a terrible vehicle. I mean, the drive makes up for a lot of the things that I don't like, but give me a Haval Jolion if I really have to choose a Chinese vehicle. Give me a Jolion. I mean, I would even go as far as saying, guys, go buy an Omoda C5, because that seems a little bit better than this. Although it doesn't drive, I don't like how the C5 drives, but I can actively say, go buy a C5 over this vehicle. So yeah, I hope my verdict makes sense, because now this car for me, ke lapha nangalapha man, abadibanisa kahle man, kumanzi phansi, kuyashibirika kancane. So my full verdict on this vehicle, I'll have to give it a 6 out of 10, a 6.1 actually, because the 0.1 is for the drive. It drives better than most Chinese cars, and that's its redeeming quality, but falls flat in many other aspects. It is quite comfortable. There is a lot of road noise that comes in. You can hear a lot of what's happening outside, so the insulation is not the greatest. Also, I'm scoring it down because of that price slash thing, because I was like, guys, you need to, as a brand or as a company, you need to know how the pricing how these are chucks. When you start, you can't go up and price this car at 549,000 rand, then take it down to 489,000 rand. Even that 489,000 rand is quite steep. Is it? I don't know. I'm not sure. But I mean, at least they thought about the customers and slashed down the price. But anyway, I'm rambling. So I think 6.1 is okay. First time I get a 0.1 rating on the channel. But yeah, I think 6.1 is fine, man. Like, this car, it's not remarkable, but it's not inherently terrible as well. Yeah. And that is it from me, maseve. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for the support. We are almost at 45,000 subscribers. Please do share. Please do tell a friend of a friend that maseve sent you, and she's giving you the coolest car reviews in Africa. I don't know, in South Africa. Yeah. So yeah, tell the people that I do cool car reviews. So yeah, don't forget to watch those ads as well, because Kulavika Gucci and all that jazz. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know what you guys think about the GAC Emzoom. Do you like? Do you not like? You know, does it evoke the feeling of hoja chotloga thing? Or do you think this is like Wagyu beef? This is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Why am I talking about food? I haven't eaten. So that's an indication that I'm hungry. An economic indicator that I'm hungry. So yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think, and what would you get if you had 489,000 rand at your disposal? Let's have a conversation in the comments. Road to 50,000. Please do subscribe, please do share, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye. maseve.